Hi guys, welcome to the CATWay. So in this video, we are going to solve a set of the day. And before moving ahead, do not forget to like, share and subscribe. Now the question that we have is that a limited overs cricket tournament was played between four teams. The first round was a robin round league where each team plays against every other team once. Now the top two teams proceed to the finals of the tournament. The table given below gives the net run rate of the teams at the end of first, second, and third matches in the first round. Okay. Now, a team plays its second match only after every team has played its first match. Similarly, a team plays its third match only after every team has played its second. It has also been given that if a team was all out within the stipulated 50 overs, it was deemed to have batted for all 50 overs. Now, all the matches ended in a victory except for one, that was a tie. In these victories, all the teams that batted first were the winners in all the matches except one, which happened to be the last match played by C. Okay, guys. So initially, guys, if you look at the table that has been given to you, actually, one thing has been given that the net run rate for any team at end of match is defined as x minus y, where x is equal to total runs scored by that team till that match divided by total number of overs played, and total match scored against that team till that match divided by total number of overs played by all the opponents. Okay. So what we know is that except for the last match played by C, every other match is either played or deemed to have been played for all 50 overs. Okay. So except for the last match that C played, every team has played 50 overs in all. Okay. Now you know after the first match, the net run rate of A is 0.8. Okay, the net run rate of A is 0.8. Okay. Now how did we arrive at that 0.8 ka number? It was the number of runs that team A scored. Okay, it was the number of runs that team A scored divided by 50. Okay, sorry. It will be, yes, it will be divided by 50, total number of runs till that match, total number of overs played. Okay, so 50 minus the other team, let's say they made X runs, divided by 50, and the value of it has been given to you as 0.8. Okay, that means if you see that A minus X is equal to 0.8 into 50 is equal to 40. So basically it is saying that A won the first match by 40 runs. And similarly, what we also can calculate for C is, because after first match, C has a net run rate of +1. So C won its first match by 50 runs. Okay, C won its first match by 50 runs. Okay, so this is what we have. Let us all start making a table as well. Okay, so we have the first match, the second match, and the third match. Now, A and C did not play against each other. A and C did not play against each other. Now, one of them played against B and one of them played against D, which is not known to us as of now. Okay. Now, what do we have is C. So at the end of the second match, what do we see over here is, at the end of second match, what do we see is that the net run rate of C fell down. Okay, net run rate of C fell down and it came down to 0.25. Okay, it came down to 0.25. Now, if it has come down to 0.25, now guys, let's say C has played two matches and has played 100 overs, and the opponent has played made X runs and played 100 overs. And after this, the run rate is 0.25. Okay. So what we can see is that C minus total number of runs the other team scored, the difference is 25. Whereas after the first match, we saw that after the first match, what did we see? That C won the match by 50 runs. Okay, so C with other teams had a difference of 50 runs, and now C only has a difference of 25 runs. That means the second match that C is going to play, C is going to lose by 25 runs. Okay, so the second match that C played, it lost by 25 runs. Okay. Similarly, if you see that at the end of second match, B has a difference of minus 40. Okay, and D has a difference of minus 50. Okay, so C has a difference of minus 40, B has a difference of minus 40, and C has a difference of minus 50 runs. Okay, so this is what we have. Okay, now if you see that C cannot lose its match against B or C, because what is happening is their respective run difference is either 0 or 10. Okay, why? Because if you see that B and D initially, what possibilities they had after first match, B and D were at 0.8 or 1. Okay, minus 0.8 or minus. Okay, whereas their net run rate has decreased, and to what value it has decreased? So initially they lost by 40 runs. Okay, and currently if if it was B who lost by, let's say B was the team which had -8 ka, -0.8 ka net run rate. And now if B has -0.4 ka net run rate, that means initially also the difference was 40 and now also the difference is 40. Okay. So in that case, B will be having a 0. Okay. And if B was -1, okay, that means B had a difference of 50 and now B has a difference of 40 runs. Okay. So B has won the match by 10 runs. And we know that C in the second match lost by 25 runs. So it cannot be B that C played against. And similarly, if you check for D, so if D had the possibility of -0.8, that is 40 runs, and now it is at 50 run ka loss. Okay, now it is at a 50 run ka loss. So that means either D lost the match by 10 runs, or if D had a net run rate of -1, that means D played a draw and got to a score of, they didn't lose or win a match, so this net run rate still remain the same, that is a difference of 50 runs. So both C and D, B and C cannot play against C in the second round. So that means A is the team which is going to play against C in the second round, and B is the team which is going to play against D in the second round. Okay, and now that you know that C lost its match by 25 runs, that means A has won the match by 25 runs. Okay, A has won the match by 25 runs, and that means the value of A2 will be, now A has a lead of 65 runs, right? So the net run rate of A after the second match will be 0.65. So it will be by 0.65. Okay, chalo. Now let's go to the third round. Okay, now let's go to the third round. Now what are the possible cases that we have, guys? Okay, first case is that A played its first match against D, okay, and C played against B. And in that case, the other possibility will be that A versus B happened over here and C versus D happened over here. Okay. But if you see, what is happening is this case is not possible. Okay, this case is not possible. Okay. Why is this case not possible, guys? Because A and B playing into the third round is never possible for a very simple reason that you see the difference that is arising into the net run rate of B and the difference that is arising into the net run rate of A. So A was at 0.65, right? A was at 0.65, whereas now it is only at 0.6. Okay, now it is only at 0.6. So 0.6 into 50 into 150, now it will be happening. So 0.6 into 150 will give you how much? Will give you 90. Okay, will give you 90. And initially we know that A was winning by a margin of 65 after second round, and now A has a lead of 90 points. Okay, so that means A is winning its third match. A is going to win the third match that it played. Okay, and similarly for B also, you can see that B also won the third match that it played. Okay, because the net run rate is increasing. Okay, so it cannot be A and B who played the match. That means definitely in the third round, it is going to be A versus D and C versus B. And then in the first round, it is going to be A versus B and C versus D. Okay, it is going to be A versus B and C versus D. Okay, all right. Okay. So guys, now what do we have? Now what do we have to identify? That we know that one game ended in a tie. Okay, one game ended in a tie. So which could be that game that ended in a tie? If you look closely, you will find that A is winning with B by 25 points. Okay. A is winning with A is winning with B by 40 runs. Okay. Winning with C by 25 runs and winning with D by 25 runs. Okay. Similarly, you know that C won against D by 50 runs. Okay. C is going to win against D by 50 runs. Also, what you know that between B and C, okay, between B and C, the match that they have played, okay, that match could not have ended into as a draw game because if you see that the net run rate of B is increasing. Okay, the net run rate of B is increasing. Okay, so it is not possible for that case to take place. So definitely there was a result in the match of C and B. Okay, there was definitely a result in the match of C and B, and in that case there is only one match left which could have ended in a tie, that is B versus D, and that we also checked in the previously when we were checking over here Okay, then also we found that how now B had a net run rate of -8 and now B has a net run rate of -0.4. Okay, so B had a loss of 40 runs and after second match also B has a loss of 40 runs. Okay, so initially also B had a loss of 40 runs. Now also B has a loss of 40 runs. So definitely that is the match that ended in a tie. So this match ended in a tie. Okay. So moving to the questions, which two teams were involved in the tie? So it is option number D, B and D. What is the value of A2? We calculated it 0.65. And which of the following statements is true? A won all three matches. Yes, it did. A played D in the first match. False. C did not win any match. False. D did not win any match. D did not win any match. Yes, it is a true statement because D lost the first match, D lost the third match, and second was a tie. So statement 1 and 4 are the right statements. So option number A, 1 and 4 will be the right answer. So this was a pretty good set, guys, and hope you have understood the set well. Thanks for watching the video.